The show you are about to listen to is intended for mature audience only. There will be things said that may not be appropriate for younger audience and may offend you. We at Whatever Talk would like to apologize in advance. But really, get over it.
Dumila. Do, folks. Dumila. That is how you say hello in Tswana. Tswna. Of course, the T is silent, folks. But if you listen to the show, Whatever Talk, I like pronouncing the silent letters in words because I feel that is a very stupid thing that we was taught in school. If they don't make a sound, don't put that mud there. Welcome to Whatever Talk, folks, the show where we talk about whatever we seem to be talking about at the time. I'm your host, Donnie, and I have my main man's with me, Simply K.
I'm in the house.
We in the house. We in the house. Cal, come on now, don't. Cal, you know where that's from, man. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, of course.
What? Come on. Don't disappoint. Where's that?
Well, that's from LL Cool J show, right? And now?
Okay, loophole. Okay, that can go as well. In the house, yes, from LL Cool J, his TV show. But I was doing, in particular, Criss Cross, Totally Crossed Out. One of their little skits.
This song, We in the House,
Yes. But you still my main man. I still love you.
Both of those was classic, bro. It's from the 90s.
Exactly. That's why you get no points deducted.
We talking about whatever that's on your mind. Speak your mind, don't be shy. This is your time to shine.
And we have a guest with us. I've listened to some clips, a clip of this man's show. He is most definitely Whatever Talk worthy material. Aaron.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
I will get my game on. Let's play.
Oh my goodness. This is great. We found somebody that can improv with us, Cam. This is awesome, man. This is so freaking awesome.
Improv is just Latin for living life. I mean, you've got to get through every now and again, yeah?
That was awesome. He picked up on that. I am so excited for the rest of this show now. Super excited for the rest of the show.
Thanks for having me on. You know, I want to reference real quick episode 108. You guys were talking about doing a sketch comedy thing. I think you're looking at the beginnings of a hit, gentlemen.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, hey, thank you very much for having me on, guys. I saw you all over the interwebs and their Twitter books. So I sent a TikTok out, and you guys hit me up on Facts. I appreciate that.
Yes,
awesome. Welcome. Yes, welcome indeed. So before we continue with the rest of the show, Cav, how you been?
Pretty good, man. Just same old thing. Just crazy work.
Awesome. And yes, the world is crazy. And Aaron, how have you been?
Listen, talking about improv, my battery didn't start yesterday morning. I was supposed to run some errands. I improv'd and did not do those. Today, suffering the consequences of that, I have to go down to Job and Family Services immediately at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Life, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what happens when improv turns into procrast.
and it melts into the tragedy. Right?
Yeah.
How about you, man? How was your day?
Oh, I've been awesome. Just working and trying to get Whatever Talk to where I want it to be. And I'm not going to say too much on this show, but I got to say, man, I got a lot of white people flocking my way coming real soon. And I would never thought I'd be saying that line.
Well, no, I think that's great. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go get into a hoodie. And that will be the tagline PR for you.
Seems like Whatever Talk is picking up a little bit of steam, and it feels quite good. We got a
stupendous.
That's great.
Brewing in the stew, brewing in that stew. You know, we gotta let it marinate because let it marinate. Honestly, surprised about how many people are taking to Whatever Talk. The last few comments I have gotten, the last few people who've been on the show. Also, I've kind of come to realize something. I could just be me in my head, but last few folks who we had as a guest, it kind of seems like whatever talk is like a safe haven for them from their show. Their show is either censored, or
what way?
Yeah, their show is either censored or somewhat censored, and I get the sense of feel that they really like let it go.
We're like an escape.
But like I spoken to Aaron here, telling him to like, man, like say it. This is the most uncensored show to the max. Like say it how you want to say it. Don't try to look for words to try to coddle people's feelings. Say it how you want to say it, and because we don't take nothing to heart here, no matter how mean it may be or how mean that people think it may be. We, whatever talk, doesn't take it to heart. We conversate on it. We make fun of reality. Like we make fun of everything. Nothing's exempt from being talked about, made fun of, and we do it from a place of non-hate. It's all non-hate. We're just making fun.
Well, I got to tell you, you've got the proverbial soapbox here with all this social media, and you said you've had guests on, and you felt like they sort of let go a little bit more, felt more comfortable, safe space than they would have on their show because maybe it's tailored to a certain audience, or certain promotions. What you get more on that in a moment. You can find me on Facebook and the Twitter bots and all those facegrams or whatever they call them. Everybody wants to be heard, but we really only show to people what we want them to see, right? So I don't do that. As a matter of fact, I document a lot of stuff, including keeping logs of conversations and everything. I have a brother in Christ, a sheriff here in the county that I live in, who reached out just 2 days ago after my last live cast and told me, you got to zip your lips sometimes. Well, doing my vlog is part of my self-care and my testimony as an imperfect Christian. Having said that, what you'll get out of my mouth is thought about beforehand, but I only have the filter of empathy, and if I think it's going to hurt, it must be backed up in fact and come lovingly. That doesn't mean everything out of my mouth is what I'm thinking, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So like with how I medicate, I am a marijuana medical patient, and I'm in mental health recovery. And I started my addiction recovery in 2012. So just because I just now said a bunch of beautiful things stringed together doesn't mean that in my head I'm slicing you up. And that also doesn't mean that I'm not going to say it either. I'm human. I screw up, but I try to be tactful, but I won't sugarcoat anything. Right. And I think if people were more honest with themselves, the reality with people would work out. That's why I said earlier, I wish people in the nation today would be doing something like this than talking about politics or spouting on birthrights or just let's do a pod vlogcast, y'all, and be honest.
Awesomely said, man. Awesomely said. Like
Yes, sir.
I do truly feel that we as humans, mankind, we don't know how to conversate with each other at all. We don't know how to talk to each other. And we are, well, at least I am in the practice of trying to talk. You said it best. I'm not about to sit here and try to say it differently because you said it perfectly to me.
Well, don't stop yourself there. I mean,
No. I'm not stopping myself because
right on.
That's awesome. I can't really say something to piggyback off that other than I feel like us as mankind, we just don't know how to talk to each other. So we need to learn. We need to practice, like you said. Just because it may be a thing not to say doesn't mean that I'm not going to say it. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I'm being mean about it. My thing is to hope that people will stop taking things to heart and just listen to it as what it said. And if you don't understand it, just do the simple thing of, can you repeat that? Just do that.
It starts with mindfulness. Kev, I'm sure you could touch on this. It starts with mindfulness, and that's you. That's self-care of you, and that's
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, I agree with that.
Well, now that we get off this sentimental getting to know each other game train.
Well, we've gone way back. We've gone way back. Like 19 minutes. Yeah. Feels like friends, y'all.
Old buddies.
Can we call me Token? Can I be Token?
Oh my! See, Kev, what did I say? I think I tested you saying that, man, we got us a token white boy here.
Right.
He texted me. He was like, "You won't believe what he just said."
But moving on with whatever talk, we have the Chronicles. The Chronicles. I said it the right way. See, this guy tried to get me to speak properly, and I don't like that. The Chronicles. And this week on the Chronicles, if you listen to past Chronicle segments, it's about the crazy experiences I have been experiencing since this BS started. And honestly, it's been all white people and one black. Literally, that's exactly how it's been. All incidents has been whites and just one black.
Well, you must live in a nice neighborhood then. Well, you in a gated community? What's going on?
Sounds like the black population is low around here.
I'm surrounded by blacks where I live at, but I work out in no black man's land. But I realized that I haven't said this portion of my experience with the Rona. This outweighs the stupidity incidents that I've been in. I talked to so many people, have conversations like we have right now in their faces with no mask on, and they had their mask on. And we're actually conversating about the freaking mask, how it's stupid and or how it's not stupid, and various other topics on just selected random stuff. And it's like, wow, if that can actually happen for real, why can't it just always happen? Why do y'all choose to go to stupid?
Right. Now elaborate though. Elaborate on it.
Like, okay, like the last one that I told you about, how I'm just doing my job, minding my business, on the way to the back of the room, and at the end of the aisle, white person minding her own business, and then she happened to spot me with my mask not on properly, and it was, the chin strap thing, and she just bust into a freaking siren, like literally making like a screeching siren type noise while yelling, face mask, put your face mask on. And
right.
Yeah, I just gave the thumbs up and smiled and kept on doing my own thing.
Was she being hashtag Karen-esque? And you say you repeated her words, but it didn't quite sound like, was she that quiet? Because you were being very quiet when you.
Oh wait, I didn't want to go through the whole motions of the siren noise because I want to finish the show in my voice.
Okay,
I don't want my voice to be stretched out. I did do it in the particular show that we talked about it in, the actual siren noise. But I have like less incidents, like a lot less incidents with those like that versus the actual people wearing their mask the proper way and still able to conversate with a non-mask wearer as if it was normal. And I'm like,
right.
Come on now, people. Like, it can be done. This thing called try. But so I just wanted to acknowledge that too. The Chronicles is not all about the people that's dying of the corona and people who are acting stupid with the corona. So I have way more pleasant experiences.
Sometimes the Chronicles can be used to describe people that have a little bit too much power, and it's down just even to the essential workers who must berate you for not wearing a mask. Sometimes the employees are told, "Hey, enforce this." And it gets to their head, you know.
Right.
Everybody's looking for that parking spot of the month.
Exactly.
Karen saved 19 lives this month by screaming and yelling down her sections, aisles 1 through 5.
Right.
But did it all with damaging 85% of her vocals with this screeching noise.
Well, she's used to yelling at her cats.
Oh, that could be it too. But
there it is.
Moving.
There it is.
Oh, did you want to say something about that, Cal?
No, go ahead.
All right, we're moving on because Cal, last recording, we talked about my penis and not like that, folks.
Yeah, and I didn't listen to that last cast, so I'm hoping penis is the name of your goldfish.
No, it's not even been edited yet.
Okay.
No, but the tube incident, Cal.
You talked about your penis. Okay.
But you were there, and the guest was there too. So you.
Okay.
I told you we're making history.
I forgot. I had to update that story. I forgot about my very, very, very non-pleasant ordeal. Is that, man, I was freaking peeing Skittles for about 2 days. Like, peeing radiator fluid. That junk was so... Emma went from highlighter, fresh, open highlighter yellow to freaking the...
we're talking about colors, because when you said Skittles, man, it just made me think that your pee was thick and like...
I'm thinking kidney stones.
Like,
I'm so lost on this inside
bro,
joke.
like you...
Okay.
You're the way you describe things.
I go way there, don't I?
Confused. Yeah, because like you be like, yeah, you take it to another level. Yeah, like when you said Skittles, I was like, man, that's gotta hurt.
Right,
yeah,
right.
So, I was hoping.
So you mean like bright colors?
Yes,
and stuff.
I was hoping the whole rainbow thing.
Piss the rainbow.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
So,
I thought you was pissing out little bubbles. You know. Oh man.
It's like a cartoon.
I forget how literal. Well, how you pronounce the freaking word?
You said it right the first 4 times.
I forget how literal.
There we go. It is literal. Okay, I thought it was. I thought it was another Earl in there.
Yeah, you was already there, man. You was already there.
I was already there, and just adding emphasis on the Earl.
Right.
So I was talking about the rainbow and how I went from peeing fresh pack highlighter yellow to the green radiator fluid that goes in your car. Like,
oh my
God. Again, it was.
So did they gave you some medication?
No, they gave me medication for the pain that may feel while in the process of peeing.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, but
like the whole story,
well, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go into the story again. I don't want to go into the story again. I just wanted to update that portion, but we stayed on it a little bit too long.
Please do not make him go through this story again.
Yeah,
no. This is it's great. It gives me a reason to not unlike you for just one more episode. To add to that, I got to unlike you.
That is one weird conversation.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about leaving that portion.
I'm looking forward to listen to it, guys.
I'm thinking about leaving that portion unedited. The rest of it going to have to be edited. So it's going to kind of be like, if we're using the analogy of the just bought weave hair attached onto the weave, to your hair that's not done yet.
I so get it.
And Cal, I know with you being visual, you got it too.
Yeah.
Listen, you have left token out of the punchline of the penis stories.
That's why I said we've been on it for too long. I just wanted to update the color.
Okay. Sorry, edit it out. I was just giving. I'm trying to do math over here because you got me on tape saying I'm interested in the show about penis.
I get it.
Theater of the mind, gentlemen, and I love it.
Awesome. But my wife, she takes everything that we talk about to heart as if I'm really, really serious about phrases, phrases with the silent P.
What do you mean she's taking it to heart? Like, she wants you to not pronounce that damn silent letter right there. Like,
I thought it was.
She's serious about you pronouncing the words properly.
Exactly. I thought once I pronounced the silent letter in the word, I thought that you would get that it's a joke, not to take it to heart.
Right.
But again, we have people like my wife. Therefore, I had to revert them back to the beginning of this episode when I said we don't take things to heart here. So if you're listening to the show and is a fan of the show, I will assume that you're not taking these things to heart as well. Will I be correct, at least with you, Aaron?
I'm undecided as of yet, because when we do rapid fire questions, one of them is a trick question that will decide the fate of our future friendship. But no,
did you just randomly throw penis out?
I thought he was going to say because of the penis.
Right. No, listen, to get what you had asked me, yeah, I'm not offended. I think that I may have just been offensive to y'all because I got like that feeling like, oh shit. But obviously,
no.
I didn't.
I mean, because you know what? Or you mean when you said the vagina in-laws or something?
Right, vagina in-laws. And let me tell you, this comes from...
You know what? I was going to ask you, what exactly does that mean?
Okay, yeah. So in broadcast, I've learned a lot of phrases that only mean something to me and my broadcast mentor or the people that I've worked in radio with. Vagina in-laws is just a quick, pithy thing to say. I thought you guys were talking about
it's an inside little phrase.
Yes,
for y'all.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So so I was thinking that you guys had sex with the same person. I'm sorry if I offended you because I.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
That makes sense.
You left me out on the punchline of the joke, and now I see how you treat the token. I'll just stand over here.
No,
I get what you mean.
Sorry about
see,
that.
what it is you brought that up, but you didn't want to really talk about that, and he doesn't really know, what it was about anyway.
And I was trying to figure out my own math on this side.
No, I thought it was this play that my wife and my grandma went to. I thought that was the name of the play, and I thought he knew about it. That's why I answered.
I know about the vagina mon. I know about the vagina mon. Yeah, boy, this is. Let me tell you, this mashup, this collaboration is a study on how miscommunication can get ironed out real smooth if you just talk.
Mm-hmm. If you just talk,
right. And basically, in a nutshell, your visit to the doctor that day was
unpleasant.
Right, but it was basically. Well, okay, he probably didn't even know you were at the doctor.
I didn't.
Okay, yeah. See, that's the thing. Yeah, he was at the doctor, and they was sticking at him, picking at him. And
I had to have that done on an intimate level, guys. Infidelity ran through my family in my marriage for a few years, and I was a recipient, and I had to go get tested. Once. So,
oh man,
it's right. Hey, what I tell you, you'll hear about me first before I talk about anybody else. You know what I mean?
So you've been penetrated. I'm sorry.
Well, wait a minute.
not in the back, but I mean,
Yeah, no to your question, but yes to the medical side of it. Yeah. It's an uncomfortable 3 seconds,
right?
And
right.
If you don't break the ice before that happens with whoever's doing that with, well, I gotta tell you. It's really uncomfortable.
At least get a drink beforehand with each other or something.
Hey, listen, I had necrotizing pancreatitis. So I spent almost 4 months at the Ohio State James Center. It's a cancer center. The night that I got rushed into emergency surgery, they put a catheter in me, right? So when I come out of surgery, I'm awakened. I've been recovering for like 4 or 5 hours. And there's a little petite female lady nurse, and it was so painful. And I said, "Stop." We tried like 3 times, and like like lightning. If you see lightning in slow motion, that's what the pain feels like in those milliseconds. So I said, go get a man. Okay. So I brought a male nurse, right? And he said, it's going to hurt. I said, I know. Don't look at me in the eyes. Just 1, 2, 3, pull it. He said, okay. 1, 2, and he pulled it. He didn't give me 3. He got off my fucking Christmas card list. There was laughs. And I gotta tell you, man, I had the best care at the Ohio State James Center. It was awesome. My recovery room for 2.5 months was the northwest corner of the stadium. So that was fun to see. It was a huge.
Oh, that's dope.
Well, I'm laughing because I know where you're coming from, but I will say it was a no laughing moment in the moment.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't think so.
And listen, I stay by my word. He never got a Christmas card.
Well, I am actually glad that I think that we gave off a perfect example of that thing that I mentioned earlier. Can you repeat that?
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Kev. Kev, look at you, Kev. You're like, I don't know who you're like, but you did it.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
You're like Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner brought Ice Cube to the White House.
He had to think like
I was trying to find an analogy.
Right, you trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, well, let's move on to probably the main conversation of this particular recording.
Don't.
Yes, because I think this may be one of those don't. Not only are we good at improving, we kind of know how to read each other's mind.
Hey.
Did you guys talk to my ex-wife?
No,
I did.
I have not, but for some reason they think that we know how to read minds though. But hey, Cal, keep doing things like that, they're gonna be on us about that, man. So stop reading my mind. But what I want to talk about is, why do people say you be saying mean things? Oh, let me rephrase that. Why do people that knows you say you be saying mean things when you know that I'm not a mean person? Therefore, why are you taking the things that I say as mean?
Ooh.
Because everybody doesn't have the same outlook on things. That's just life. Like everybody don't have the same sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like when you picking on somebody, or if you don't even have to be picking on somebody, if you just call attention to someone. Some people would call that bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people would say, it's just hilarious. It was just funny. I didn't see how he was bullying them. It was just like, it was comedy to me. Like, it's just because everybody just have a different opinion on, or just different feelings, on how they take things.
Oh,
that's my opinion.
Okay. But again, these are people you know, and they know you.
They know me.
Therefore,
right.
If you know me as not this mean person, because obviously you hanging out with me, and why would you be hanging out with a mean person if that person is mean? And what that says about you. Therefore, again, if you know me and you know I'm not this mean person, why are you the one that keeps saying I'm saying mean things?
Because that's a part of, and that's also, I also look at it like, oh, that's a part of you. I'm them now. That's a part of you I don't like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I wish that you would turn it off, at least when you around me.
Okay.
That's how people be feeling. Yeah. Or at least when we're in this setting right here, meaning whatever setting they talking about.
Okay. That also, what you just said, that last part, when you said, why don't you cut it off around me? Because that's something that I don't per se like about you. First, you probably not communicating that to me until this very moment, which is
right. Like you've never said this at all.
Exactly.
Throughout
the whole 48 years of our friendship.
Right.
So 3 words came to me during your exchange. So somebody is saying, you're saying mean things, but you're not a mean person.
Mm-hmm.
So this person is projecting their displeasure by making you the bad guy in their narrative.
Bam.
The other one is
Right.
expectations. So okay, Kev, you and I, we've been buddies for a very long time. We're not blood, but you know what? You've been there, right? So I expect you to know what I'm thinking because we have these levels of security that we've built up between each other. And if I have an expectation of you knowing that my X, Y, and Z needs your A, B, and C, and you don't give it to me, well, I've just now been, my expectations were not met. So again, I'm going to deflect and project onto you, right? Like you fucked up, man. You should know me. We've been down for so many, whatever. You should know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cutting you loose. You know what? I'm just going to murder you. I'll keep your cut. Right. Like that's snakes in the grass. Sorry, I go off on a tangent, but
no, I was just about to say that, Kev. You say I go way out there with it.
Right. Hey, disregard what I said to you.
My
right?
analogy
No,
out there.
He takes the cake.
Well, as Donathan said, what did you say?
No, I get what you're saying. Even how far somebody may actually think you did went. I get it, and I understand what you said. So continue, please.
Yep,
yeah. So I know I said 3 words, but I'm medicated for this. I was so nervous for this to do this, guys. I've only done 2 other things, and one's been with my broadcasting mentor and a counselor in here that I'm friendly with here in Newark, Ohio. I was very nervous, so I told my wife, I was like, hey, I need a cartridge. So I'm medicated. I lost my train of thought. I thought of 3 words, but yeah, it sucks when people project when you don't have good communication. For example, my wife and I, we have been together 11 years. We've been married coming up on 6, and our communication is shit.
Awesome.
It's horrible. Horrible. It's horrible. It's our faith and my belief that keeps me digging at making it work. Digging is the wrong word because I have forgiven, but it's incredibly fucking hard to forget.
God, yeah.
So
that's always the issue.
Having said that, communication is important, and I know my wife is trying hard, just as hard as I do, but prayers needed.
You know what? I would like to conversate on that in a future episode. Probably a near one when you say, I have forgiven, or it's easy to forgive, but it's the forgiving, it's the hard part, or you just never forget. So I want to put a pin in that one because I like that last part you said, and I also want to go back a little bit to some of the things that both the 2 Utes have said.
Utes.
Starting with Kev, is that how you said that? Well, no, this was you, Aaron. You said you project that towards me, towards the person who's the so-called mean one. You project that as me being the bad guy, and now I messed up. I should have known, and blah blah blah. I still cut that up to 78 years of friendship. You're just now saying this to me when we've been cool and hanging out virtually every day of our lives since we met. So therefore, what does that say about you for hanging with this mean person that constantly be saying and or doing mean things?
I also think I know you're like this, but and then you're talking about a woman. Women be trying to change men. So I know you like this. I'm trying to actually hope to sway you and kind of change you over time. Like, you still like this? Like, what's wrong with you?
You're still,
you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I guess that's how, like, dang, 30 years later, you still like, you didn't get a little better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess maybe, you know what I'm saying? They looking at it like that.
Okay, and yeah, you chose the proper word, try to change. Try, because I feel that you cannot change anyone, but here's the catch-22 to that.
Sure can't.
You cannot change anyone, but I feel that you can most definitely inspire change in that one.
And that's what I think.
And that in return does set you as the motion of changing that person. You can change someone. You just can't directly change someone. That person has to be inspired by you and or found something inspirational within y'all to want to change. And this is what I didn't like about what you said, Cal. Well, not like, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
It's that you said that you know me. You should know not to do this in this particular moment with me and or vice versa. And I'm like, well,
right.
Are you saying not to be myself when that's what you should always strive to be? Because if I'm not being me, the supposed mean person that you claim that I am, then I am not being me per se. And on top of that, you kind of somewhat probably subconsciously did this supposed mean persona of mine.
You got to have courage to be you. That's important. And sometimes we wear false masks of confidence. I would say that if someone is with you for an extended amount of time and only now at this time are they saying this behavior, these words, whatever is mean, you can immediately respond with, but what does that say about you not confronting me about issues that you have at the jump?
Exactly.
Why build and keep that backpack of resentment packing and wait to where now it's crashing whatever. Everybody needs to smoke marijuana.
Basically, what you just stated in a nutshell is, which one of us need to look in the mirror and start talking?
Us. Ourselves.
Well, again, since you're the one having the issue with this, even though you've been hanging with me this whole entire time.
So what does that say about me? Yeah, I'm projecting on you.
Yeah. So you either you have an issue, you have an issue. You're mad at yes. You have an issue with whatever it is that you trying to find out about you, and you're projecting that towards me and saying that I'm the bad guy, mean person, and or this and that, when in fact I've been this supposed me this whole entire time.
That's kind of deep, Donnie.
I feel like society has put it in the subconscious part of our brains or whatever, that you're left with no choice. There's absolutely always a choice. You either could choose to do or you choose to don't. Your choice.
The red pill or the blue pill?
Yeah.
At this stage, like Aaron stated earlier in the beginning, we probably wasn't like actually recording yet, but we all grown, right? So we can't be blaming our mommies and daddies anymore.
Amen.
That portion of our lives is over with. Like, even though it wasn't their fault, even when you, to a certain extent, wasn't their fault even back then. But now you're grown now. There's no more of that no more. Now, 100% of choice is yours now. You're choosing to go down the path that you're choosing to go down.
You can get with this, or you can get with that.
This or that. You can get with this.
The choice is yours.
I will always be the black sheep of my family, guys.
Hey man, the black sheep is the best sheep.
I bought my first set of turntables when I was 16.
Awesome.
Oh, that's what's up.
I never was a DJ player, DJ record.
We like to call ourselves turntablists. Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
That's a DJ player. Wow. You sound so untouched. You're a
Oh,
DJ player, huh?
DJ
DJ
player,
player,
yes. Yes,
DJ
they call me
player.
DJ Zoom.
Hey, why are radio personnel called DJs like disc jockeys, but they don't have disc to play with?
Okay, so you can thank CDs changing that. You can thank MP3s and DATs changing that. But really, it sort of ends with being called a disc jockey with that horse mouth Ryan Seacrest. He had a
Okay.
pretty face, nice hairline. He was syndicated. He marketed himself. He had a great management team. He only did cocaine overseas.
Right. When did the term disc jockey even come into effect?
I don't know the exact year, or I would say at the beginning of.
But around what time, though?
I
like
would say
what
40s,
decade?
maybe 40s and 50s.
Right.
The pressing of LPs, and when it became more prevalent, like Johnny Cash, Elvis, that sort of genre. Disc jockey, yeah. I remember the term. I fell in love with radio when I was about 8 years old. AM radio. So,
Are you?
ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I'm dead serious about radio. I worked in radio as an intern from 2001, and I stepped away in 2008 to get custody of my kids.
Okay, cool. It was the 8 years old and fell in love with AM radio.
Absolutely.
That threw me
absolutely,
off,
man. Hey, listen, as a young kid, I had mental issues, and in a dark room. Let me tell you something. In a dark room,
that's why I thought you was joking, because there's like really nothing on AM.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Like he found it.
Right.
People were talking and keeping the monsters under my bed. Listen, I was playing the floor of lava way before Nickelodeon. These YouTubers, dumb stuff.
Yeah. May I ask?
You were the original.
Ask me whatever you want, Donnie. I feel very comfortable with you guys.
Not may I ask, because I'm asking, may I ask? So
Kev, not so much, but Donnie, you're all right.
But if you don't mind answering, how old are you?
That's my business. No, I'm joking. I'm 44.
Okay. All right. Because I was about to say, because when you were 8, listening to AM, it had to be nothing but freaking alien signals at that time.
So it was just talk radio, and I don't really remember the content that early. I fell in love with music at around 8 or 9 years old. My dad was real pissed when I got the Beastie Boys album, because the next year for Easter, I got Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, what else? And my mom snuck me Prince's Purple Rain.
This man had to literally fight for his right.
Yeah.
To
party, man.
I tried to call myself an MC in 7th grade, and my dad was like, "You're no master of ceremonies." I didn't even know that's what MC meant. I just know that.
Right. Exactly. I'm glad.
I fell in love.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
I fell in love with hip hop at about the age of 13, and had I not, I would be an ignorant
MCA.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me his real name is Master of Ceremonies Hammer?
That's right, and you can't touch him.
So you didn't know MC was Master of Ceremonies?
Yeah, I knew that. I knew.
But some people think it's Mike Checker.
Yep.
What? Mike Checker, like the DOS effect sample? Microphone.
Right.
Microphone.
Right.
If you go back,
I'm the illest Mike Checker around. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So,
MC.
Mike Checker Hammer.
Right.
No, that's IRS Checker Ryder Hammer. Remember, he went to prison.
Right.
Remember, he had the IRS millions.
Oh yeah, he recovered nicely. But Hammer was going. I have.
He's still a millionaire.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I seen, if the stories are true about Hammer that I've come across, he was a giving person to, at least to his crew.
What the stories? You can look at one of his videos, and that's his whole hood.
Before we close out, I want to go back to the whole disc jockey thing just slightly, because I think disc jockey is kind of a duh statement when you think about it, because they did have records at the. I'm assuming we don't know when the term DJ for a disc jockey, the era it came from, but I'm assuming that they had records at the time. DJ, the radio personnel person, and
Yes.
the records are shaped like a disc.
Yeah, I mean, I was just ready to say, like, you know, around it is a disc. Is a disc shape. A disc is a flat, thin, round object.
Yes.
So a record is a disc.
Yes, yeah. So I guess the
And
next
jockey.
best thing. Oh, that's what I was about to do. I was about to say, I guess the next best thing is to figure out a jockey.
He controls the beat
Now
of the
he
animal
rides
running,
horses.
I would say. Maybe.
So a person
A jockey
who
rides horses.
Yes, horses, especially as professional. It doesn't say anything else about that. So what do they mean by jockey? Oh, hold on. Okay, this portion of it doesn't make sense for it still. Okay, the other term they have here, a struggle by every available means to gain or achieve something. So what are you, maybe you're trying to achieve listeners by writing this disc? I
got an answer. I got an answer for you guys.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you said riding what?
Disc.
Oh, okay.
Not what you and probably other listeners might have heard.
So you said so you said jockeying for position, right? Okay, so in the early days of radio, and what I mean by early days is we're gonna say 50s and 60s. Chuck Berry, the music a few years before that and a few years after that. Just like now today, you've got to go to to get your record played, you had to pay for it. So disc jockey, it sort of makes sense now that you've laid it out this way. So to jockey means to find a position. Can you read that definition again, Donnie?
Struggle by every available means to gain or achieve something.
Okay, so number one hit records were probably very important with that brand new technology called vinyl. Right. And they're selling entertainment. So money talks.
Oh my God. I get it now.
Does that make sense? Did we do something, guys? Did we do it?
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Because look at and then if you look at one of the like it says, if you use it in a sentence, both men will be jockeying for the two top jobs. So basically competing, going after.
And a disc jockey will help compete for that number one hot single by Elvis, Don't Look at My Hips.
Right. And he wants to be like that first one to get that Elvis track.
Boom, Kev, once again.
Man, look what can happen if we just throw a little bit of conversation into it.
Lord of mercy.
Kev,
Lord of mercy.
Kev, I will tell you now that you're ahead by 2 points at this point in the show.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I give it to you too, Kev. You on point today, man. Usually I be outshining you. No.
You guys know that glue is white, right? Just saying.
Exactly.
Unless it's wood glue, or they take
right,
like that really good black stuff they put on the concrete. That's good stuff too.
The whole glue is white thing. True, yes, but it has to be explained to certain people, like my first grade classmate that thought it had to be mayonnaise for some reason.
Oh man!
Because it kept gnawing on it. You know?
What?
Oh man!
we all have that one friend.
Yeah,
right.
He wasn't really a friend. He was just a classmate in first grade. I remember that.
Oh, don't deny him now.
And now you're doing a podcast with them. Hey.
No, I said it. My first sermon said a classmate. I never said friend. I said classmate. Also, I'm assuming that the different colors in Crayola 24 box are flavored because he liked those too.
Okay.
So maybe the purple one really does taste like grape.
Like
I don't know.
Hey.
Oh, this is really fun. This is fun.
Hey man, I appreciate that you having fun. In case you didn't know, Whatever Talk is a conversation and welcomes literally everybody on the planet 2, in parentheses, speak without fear to the conversation. So
Speak your mind.
I want this, like you just said, man, this is fun. And you were saying that earlier, you said you were comfortable with us, especially with the question that you didn't know that I was going to ask. I want everybody to come on this show being as comfortable as they are with their most comfortable person in their life.
It's got to start with you. If you're not comfortable with you, I don't think solid, concrete relationships or conversations, at the least, can be fruitful.
Conversation, they're not going to be fruitful. There's not going to be no fruit on that tree.
I agree.
That's a nice way to close out the show. Thanks for listening, everybody. Go to Anchor. That is the home of Whatever Talk. Our summer home is Podomatic, and we got various locations, properties everywhere along the interwebs with Whatever Talk. If you're having issues with finding Whatever Talk, just Google it. It's one of the first searches. I believe it is the first search. So, thank you, Google. And Kev, go with your shout-outs, please.
Shout-outs to the family on both sides, and shout-outs to the listeners as well, and also shout-out to Mr. Aaron here. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey, no, I appreciate it. Thanks for saying my name.
And
yes, sir.
Aaron, you can go with your shout-outs, and also feel free to put anything else as far as promotions with your stuff, telling people what you do and what your show is about and all that there. Go ahead.
Sure. And then we can circle back to rapid fire questions. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Word or bird, yep. As I was told earlier in the week by Donnie. Donnie and Kev, thank you so much for having me on Whatever Talk. My favorite episode by far is 108. Is the Black Panther episode.
My
awesome
episode, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I also enjoy your little your teaser edit. You call them shorts. Good. Keep them coming. I appreciate like ones like that, and in this podcast vlogcast world, man, we all have something we want to say. And sometimes it compels us the need to say it. And that's where these come in. And if they're genuine, which I believe that I've been on one with Whatever Talk, it's important to get the attention of people. So your little edits, what you call shorts, I really appreciate them. And I know other people, once they get hooked to you, that'll get them. Having said that, you can find me on all over the interweb book, Twitter, tots, whatever they call them. More on that in a moment. It's a podcast vlogcast. It's a video testimony of me, an imperfect Christian, trying to teach love, be forgiving, and just do the best I can. And by the way I document things, you can see that I'm an incredible mess, hot mess. And I'm glad you guys had me on the show despite all my crud. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to rapid fire questions with Kevin, Donnie here on the next side.
Awesome. Yes, and I want to give a shout out to all the listeners. Thanks for listening. It is a pleasure, a blast to know that somebody takes Whatever Talk has to say interesting. So awesome. And shout out to our guests. Thank you, Aaron, for coming on this very last moment, like very short notice. You, and as well as any other guest that I've already have on here, you have lifetime memberships to come back anytime you feel like it. Just get at me, because
hashtag networking.
Yeah, get at me, because again, I don't know how to read minds. So hey man, it's about time for us to do another collaboration. And I'll be like, bam, Whatever Talk is there.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yep.
And give a shout out to my family, my wife, my kids, me love ya. And into the next episode of Whatever Talk, whatever. Can I get a whatever out of you, Aaron?
Whatever.
I was like, okay, well, you don't have to. Maybe you're not that comfortable.
If you would have made it this far, but then you made it to the end of the show, you can stay posted, but we gotta go. But wait a minute, leave a comment, tell us what you think about it. Come again, tell a friend, tell whoever listening. Whatever Talk.